How's it going, everybody? Today I'm going to do things a little bit different. I know I haven't made a video in a long time. Do things a little bit differently in a sense that first I'm going to give the story behind this knife, and then I'm going to get into why the knife is awesome and go into all of that. But I'm going to edit the video to where I'm going to put me talking at the end. That way, if you're watching this just to see the knife specs, you don't have to listen to my story unless you want to. So, anyway, we'll be talking today about the ZT55 or the ZT0055. This is a GTC collab. GTC is I believe he's Brazilian knife maker, custom knife maker. He's freaking absolutely incredible. The work he does is some really unique and really amazing stuff. He's one of the only makers that I know of that is a sole, he makes knives that are considered sole proprietorship, which means he did everything. He freaking forged the steel. He twisted and made the Damascus that's in that's the blade. He freaking, I mean, every component of that knife came from him, which is freaking crazy to think about. So, the story behind this knife, if you go way back to the very beginning of my channel, you'll see videos where I have a ZT, what is it, 5062? I'm probably wrong there. I've got the 0393. I think it's 0562 maybe. I think they always start with the 0. The ZT and Hindenburg collab that's supposed to be like a XM18, and then the golly, I get so confused talking about ZTs. The 0393 is the Hindenburg collab that is a Hindenburg Eclipse, and then you also have the 0392, which is the really nice version of that knife without the carbon fiber overlay. If you ever get the chance to get an 0392 for, I'd say, under 500 bucks, freaking grab one, man. So anyway, the story about this knife, I mentioned at the beginning of my channel, when I first started getting into knives that were a little bit more pricey, we're talking $200 to $300 range, I was really into ZT knives. There is a little shop by where I lived at the time called the Army Store, which sells knives. They're very under the radar. They don't have a website. They don't have a social media presence. If you know, you know, sort of thing. So this shop, they got a lot of, they're a Benchmade dealer, they're a ProTech dealer, they're a Microtech, ZT, Kershaw, Emerson. Freaking, where have you seen an Emerson dealer? A lot of really cool knives, man. I've gotten a lot of really cool stuff there. And back when I was into ZTs, there were 3. Well, there's actually a few more that I bought. But at the time, I was really into the 0562. And I was really into the 0393. And the 0055, I thought was super cool. But I never ended up pulling the trigger on it because this knife, to somebody who's never handled it before, it's very difficult to operate. You don't really know what you're doing. It's not like any other knife you've ever experienced before, unless you've experienced a kickstop. That's the closest thing I can compare it to. So, GTC Gustavo, whatever his name is, I'll put on the screen. He actually, from what I have come to know, he actually did a lot of work, or he did some apprenticeship under Lee Williams, who is the creator of the kickstop. Something along those lines. But he got this flipper tab is called an SLT flipper. It's a little spring-loaded flipper tab. So unlike the kickstop, which the flipper tab is out and then it disappears, this one, the SLT flipper, is always up. So even when you flip it, it's up and then it's against the blade like that. But anyway, I could never freaking open this knife. And the dude tried to explain it to me, and I think one thing I was doing wrong is I was pushing on that lock bar at the back, which will make it super hard to open. It's just not your normal flipper tab. So anyway, this knife I always thought was super cool, but I could never open it easily. I really struggled with it, so I was like, why am I going to buy this if I can't even open it? So, years later, when I kind of got more into high-end knives, I remembered that the Army store had that 55, because, you know, fast forward a few years, now I want this knife. I've owned the WE Solid, which is another collab with GTC. It's a lot nicer than the ZT. It's a full integral, super freaking nice. I love the WE Solid, and anybody who's ever reviewed one loves it too. They're so good. They're so well made. They're just great freaking knives. The ZT55 is very similar. So I hit up the Army store a few months back, actually a long time ago, and I'm like, hey, do y'all have the ZT55? Sure enough, they do. So, and what's cool about the Army store is whatever this was priced at when it came out, they don't ever up the price. So this thing cost, I think it was $229.99, and for what you're, now granted, yes, this came out like 7 years ago. It's October 2025 when I'm recording this. This knife probably came out 7 years ago or so, and I feel like even back then, what you're getting here for $230 is unfreaking real, dude. You've got an S35 blade, you've got a compound grind, full titanium frame lock, you've got a floating back spacer, which is super neat, titanium back spacer. You've got, I mean, all the stuff, man. All the boxes are checked. You've even got a lock bar insert, which keeps the lock bar from going too far back and bending. I mean, like getting bent out of whack, which, you know, it's not anything that's like super necessary, but hey, it's cool. I mean, normally when you're spending $230, you may not get all of those things. Titanium titanium pocket clip. The thing about this knife that's so nice, well, for me, there's two things. For one, that blade shape is fucking crazy. It's actually, I think, labeled as a reverse Tonto, because technically, sure, you've got a reverse Tonto sort of thing going on there, but it's also almost like a really extreme Tonto. I mean, it's flat at the bottom, and then we've got that, you know, weird slant. It's just super neat. We've got two flat grounds going on here. Just really neat, man. Third thing, I guess, the action on this thing is just really, really nice, dude. Whenever you release that lock bar, it really wants to go back to the house. It really wants to go back home. Doesn't take hardly anything to get it there. Super duper smooth. The neatest thing about this knife, IMO, in my opinion, the solidness of this thing is like a Chris Reeve. It's almost like a freaking Sebenza. This thing, when you close it, or when you lock bar, freaking open it, that lock bar going into place, it's like so incredibly solid. There is like freaking negative blade play. There is not even a hint of blade play. This thing is freaking solid, dude. It's so solid. It's almost like, I don't know, Chris Reeve. It's like a freaking Chris Reeve, dude. It is so solid. You can freaking baton with this thing. This thing will last you forever. It's so nice. It's so nice. I keep touching the screen. I'm Uber eating, and if I were to get a reasonable order, I'd probably do it. But this thing is just so well done in every regard. It's not a knife that you see too much anymore. If you ever get the chance to get one, if you ever get the chance to hold one and play with one, they're so cool, man. They're so nice. What else can I say about this knife? It's super sharp. I freaking cut my thumb earlier playing with it. So anyway, the reason I'm making a video about this when I'm freaking driving, I actually worked out a trade Today is Friday. I worked out a trade on Tuesday afternoon. And I'm just now finally today actually able to do the trade. It's someone here locally. And once this is gone, it's gone. You know, it's not like I can just go up and buy another one. Army Store might have another one, but I doubt it. I was shocked they even had this one after all those years. Dude, these offers. What else was I gonna say about this knife? It's just freaking sick, man. It's super clean. It's not something you see every day. We've got a really interesting, unique pivot. Lock side is just standard. I think T8 or something. I haven't opened it. I haven't taken it apart. When I got this originally, my plan was just for it to be a safe queen, because you don't see them anymore. You can't find them anymore. I saw one on eBay several months back. They were wanting like over $500 for it. Something, I want to say even 700. You know how eBay is just crazy. People asking ridiculous amounts, but super neat knife. The reason that I'm trading this, I originally got this to be a safe queen, and hopefully in time, I thought maybe one day I could potentially double my money with it or something. But a dude, my buddy, locally does knife sharpening, and he sharpened my Norseman recently, and we were showing each other's knives and stuff, and he really freaking loved this a lot and really wanted it. And we worked out a trade that I just would be stupid to pass up. So that's why I'm trading this. I'm getting something that is a lot more special to me than this ZT. I really wanted this ZT for a long time, like years. But now that I've had one and handled it and had it and played with it for a few months, you know, my honeymoon phase with this knife has passed, and it's time to move on. And maybe one day, I think before I were to hunt out another ZT55, I'd probably just get another WE Solid, because the WE Solid is, it's basically this knife, but an integral, and built by WE. And I will say too, this thing, I've owned several ZTs. This thing is one of the better built ZTs that I've ever handled, man. ZT is known for building overbuilt stuff, and this is overbuilt all the way. Even though it may not look incredibly overbuilt, this thing is, I mean, I can't get over how solid it is. I know I've probably said the word solid up a zillion times. Maybe that's why they even called the WE Solid the Solid, because they're like, this thing is so solid. It really is. It's just so solid. The lock bar access is also really nice. Look at the access you get right there. Really nice. And look at this. I was talking about the Chris Reeve style lockup. So anyway, I feel like that's all I really got to say about the ZT55. Great freaking knife, as solid as they come. ZT, great brand. They are built and located in Washington, I believe. ZT owns Kershaw, or vice versa. Kershaw is kind of not as nice as ZT, or should I just say, I think Kershaw's the main brand, and they have their ZT, which is like their higher, you know, nicer brand. But all of ZTs are US built. Not all of Kershaw's are US built. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you got any questions, let me know. Hopefully I'll be better about, if I get something that I really enjoy, I'll make a video about it explaining why I really enjoy it. But yeah, sorry I had to do a freaking driving video, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Peace.